All right, my dear Western patriots, especially my dear American patriots, well done, because you have pissed off one of America's biggest enemies, the woman who shagged her brother so he could stay in America. And she hates America so much that she sees nothing wrong in defrauding the American taxpayers. Yes, you guessed it right. I'm talking about Ilhan Omar. So have a listen to this American hero, Tom Emmer, who is a Minnesotan, Representative Tom Emmer. I will listen to what he has to say about Ilhan Omar.
Guess what? There is nothing racist about calling out a criminal. So when I say that...
Kick her out.
It's time. It's time. I mean, this is what they do in the great state of Minnesota. You know, our culture, that Scandinavian culture. By the way, I better make it clear before I go any farther. Minnesotans, are there any here? Ah, good. Then let me just say, okay, well, born, yeah, you're wearing that hat. You must be from northern Minnesota, the Iron Range. No, probably closer to Iowa. Oh, I'm going to leave that alone. The reason I bring it up is because I tell people regularly, Minnesota did not create passive-aggressive behavior, but we did perfect it, okay?
Ooh. Okay.
And I happen to be more on the aggressive side, which...
Good.
Doesn't always work in Minnesota, as Ralph will tell you. You know, sometimes Minnesotans are so afraid that you're going to call us a racist. You're going to call us an Islamophobe. You're going to call us some name that we just don't want to get into that fight. You know what?
You know what? Sorry to pause that. I'm sorry if you live in this day and age and you have seen the deterioration of your towns and cities, and if you have paid any attention to what's happening in the United Kingdom and you still fear this, then I'm sorry, you're an idiot. If you are worried about being called a racist or a bigot or an Islamophobe, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. Because there's no label that you should be afraid of at the expense of losing your country, your heritage, your entire civilization. You know what? In the UK, their lefty politicians and the police officers said they did not explore all avenues of investigation when it came to the grooming gang scandal because they were afraid they will be called Islamophobes or racist. I don't actually fully buy that. And now the truth is coming out that a lot of Labour politicians and police officers were actually involved in the racket of the grooming gangs. It's so stupid. Either get called racist or lose your country. Like, come on. And I'm afraid... And I'm actually happy to report that more and more people are becoming indifferent to these accusations or to these labels. So well done to Representative Tom Emmer. You need to be on the aggressive side, not just passive-aggressive. You need to be aggressive in defending your values.
I would argue that I never did care, but I'm done being careful, even the least bit careful.
Do not care.
And I don't really care where you come from. But if you come to this great country, you have to understand you're coming here to be an American.
Yes. And it's an ultimate privilege. It's an ultimate privilege for a third worlder to go to America or Britain or Australia, as I see myself. I came from a third world country, Pakistan. I will not swap Australia for anyone. I am not loyal to Pakistan. I'm not loyal. I wish them well. Although I don't think that country is going to go anywhere. It's a failed country. But I wish them well. I'm not going to drop a nuclear bomb on them. But my loyalties are with the country that I moved to. It's not a tough ask, guys. All these third worlders coming from their war-ravished countries to one of the greatest countries in the world, the United States, and they still are not loyal to America, kick them out. This is not a big demand. This is not a rude or tough demand, contrary to what the lefty woke lunatics will tell you. This is not a tough ask. You come to this country. And by the way, don't you guys have a citizenship ceremony? I remember taking an oath when I went to my Australian citizenship ceremony, which went something like, I'm paraphrasing it, of course, which went something like, I'll be loyal to Australia and its people. I'll uphold Australian laws and its values and its constitution, something like that. I was accidentally born in Pakistan, but I purposefully, conscientiously decided to live in Australia. It's an ultimate privilege of my life. I often say that there are two great things that I've done in my life. One, becoming an Australian citizen, and one, being a father of my kid. And that's exactly what I'm doing, actually. You know, right now, this is exactly what I'm doing. I am upholding Australian values. I am staying loyal and true to the oath that I took. But I'm sorry to say, most people in those citizenship ceremonies, they don't even care what's in that oath. They don't care. They may say that they're loyal to Australia when they're because they want the Australian passport. But if you ask them, are you a Muslim first or Australian first? Without thinking, they would tell you straight away. And it's the same with Muslims in America, in Britain, everywhere. They'll tell you straight away. Actually, there's a clip for everything.
Our hatred for the non-Muslims doesn't stop us from being unjust to them. My argument would be it also doesn't stop us from coexisting with them, living in a society with them.
But I can be in a land where I live with these people, but
Yeah.
I have hate for them. I don't like them.
It has hate for them.
I say that is at the time that we're living in today is very, very hard to claim that. Imposing onto you, saying that you have to accept the British values. And Muslims are being put in situations where they're asked, are you a Muslim first or are you a British first?
Yeah, but these are easy questions to answer. I'm a Muslim first. Like, what's the issue?
What's the issue? I'm a Muslim first. That's it. End of story. Like, what's the confusion? The confusion actually stems from their inner voice because you're living in Britain, you are living on their welfare. Britain has given you everything, and in return, Britain demands you to be loyal to Britain and subscribe to British values. They say, "Oh, am I not a hypocrite because I'm living in Britain, but I hate Britain? They hate Britain. They hate." It's not just limited to British Muslims. Look at this. This guy is an American Muslim.
A guy who hates American veterans, who gave him the freedom to say what you're saying.
No one gave me
right
freedom.
now.
My parents are the only people that made sacrifice. No vet has made any sacrifice. I want to make that clear. I do not support the U.S. military. No, I do not support the United States. I look down on both entities.
He looks down on both of those entities, the US military, and he's by far an exception. He didn't have a beard. Look at this guy.
America is the cancer. America, the American government, secularism, democracy, capitalism, these are cancers that have spread their illness all over the world.
So deport, cancel their citizenships. That's where the inner voice comes from. They have to make a choice. Are we loyal to Britain or America, or we are loyal to Islam? And I'm sorry to say, if you ever had any doubts in your mind, they should be put to rest now, because we are seeing Muslims all over the Western world over and over again proving to you that they are loyal to Islam first. Look at this. This just came out of Dearborn. None of them are loyal to America. None of them. Not even one. If you ask them one, there might be some exceptions who are just there because of the peer pressure, maybe. But if you ask them, they will tell you, no, I am loyal to Islam. America. They would actually have nothing nice to say about America. Nothing nice to say about America. So that's why you have to be absolutely ruthless in the imposition of your values, exactly like how Representative Tom Emma is expressing.
We celebrate everyone's culture. We're happy with that, as long as you are an American. Celebrate your culture. I don't care. Italian, Polish, Somali, okay? But they don't assimilate. And if they don't assimilate, then they should go the hell back to where they came from.
Perfectly reasonable. Absolutely reasonable. I've said this to my family members. If you don't like the Australian way of life, if you have any problems, sure, you can have your democratic right to criticize government's decisions, its economic policy or its health policy, education. You can do that. But if you want to fundamentally change or alter the DNA of Western society, I will stand in the way. I will tell you to go back to Pakistan if you're loyal to Pakistan. If you miss Pakistan, go back. No one is going to cry for you.
Sorry, Ralph. I know this is a family show.
So apparently, he said something. He mentioned Somalia, and obviously the brother Shagger got the message and she got upset. And this is what she said. She said, I assimilated all the way to Congress, and this idiot still tells me to go back to where I came from. Shagging your brother is not assimilation. You defrauding American taxpayers is not assimilation. You looking out for Somali interest is not assimilation. It's actually the opposite of that. So I've got some video clips to show you how assimilated she is. Have a look.
beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the,
How do you even stand her voice? Like, I'm sorry to say, I find this torturous. The way she talks, the way she looks with this towel thing on her head. Like, what is this crap? This is un-American. What is she saying? Let me focus again, because I can't really. She annoys me so much.
a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries. Founded
America is turned into one of the worst countries. Kick her out. Kick her out. Kick the bitch out.
after 9/11, because they recognize that some people did something.
Our country should.
Some people did something. Yeah, just sweep it under the carpet. 3,000 Americans died. Who cares? Some people did it. We're not going to take responsibility for it. I want the America of pre-September 11, 2001. I want that America back. I want the America that these terrorists fear. Something went terribly wrong along the way. Something went terribly wrong. I love that America. I know at that time I was scared, and rightfully so. I should be scared. You go in the heart of the world's strongest country and you kill their 3,000 people? Ooh, there has to be a hell to pay. There has to be a hell to pay. But kind of like what, this is why I love Israel. I love Israel. I'm sorry. A lot of people, genocide. A lot of people cry that we want you to think about it really long and hard. What happens if you lose? What happens if your terrorist ambitions do not succeed? Yeah, sure, you might manage to kill a few thousand of our people, but oh boy, there will be a hell to pay. Well done, Israel. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Be more fearful of white man across our country, and we should.
Fearful of white man across the country. You know what? Again, I'm going to say something which is probably, even until 6 months ago, might have been politically very incorrect to say. I would say that white people have been, and across the Western world, white people have been forgotten. White men have been forgotten. They became too liberal. They became too soft. But you got to remember, only up until 100 years ago, these guys were killing people in their millions just in pursuit of their world order. Okay, which is nothing wrong. If these people could do it, they'd do it too. But I'm sorry, they just don't have the technology or the armies or the economies to do it. So that's why we don't have to fear them. But throughout human civilization, societies have always looked out for their best interests. White civilization, mostly made up of white people, I mean Western civilization in general, their civilizational order on the rest of the world, which I am very grateful, because imagine living in the world that was dominated by the Soviets or by the Chinese or by the Africans. That would be a very difficult and brutal world to live in. But only until 100 years ago, the white man established his world order. And that was the best world they created. And we've been benefiting from it since the end of World War II. But somewhere along the way, they became soft. They became too liberal. And the result hasn't been very pretty. So I'm waiting for the white man to rise up again and make sure that the world remembers what they're capable of. The Great British Empire ruled 25% of the world's landmass. The world fear the white man from that tiny little island. I want that to happen again. I want that to happen again. So she's saying that, oh, we fear white men. We have to fear white men or something. Is that what she said? You haven't even, it hasn't even started yet, honey. It's going to happen. And I'm waiting for it.
Of white man across our country. And we should all collectively be out in the streets.
We should all collectively be out in the streets and kick you out.
To the shooting that happened in D.C. last night.
I'm going to go for now. We should be profiling, monitoring.
Oh, look, another Islamist. Letting her regurgitate her talking points.
And creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
Congresska Mareykanka ku jirto. Laakiin waxaan ahay gabar Soomaaliyeed ahade qof iyadoo da'yar wadankeedii laga kaxeeyay wili xiise u qabto in maalin wadankeedii ay ku noolaato oo dadkeedii wax ay la wadaagto.
Well, then go back. I'm sure Trump will be happy to pay for, even Trump will be happy to pay for your airfares.
My God, this is America.
Okay, look at this, guys. This video is from South Africa. He's saying, we will kill the white man's children, we will kill their women, we will kill anything we find in our way. And Dil Dabadabadhama, member of parliament, he's a member of parliament in South Africa. And, you know, South Africa is literally the best example to look at what happens when the people who build your country, don't buy that BS that, oh, black people built this country or black people built England. No, that nobody did. The natives of those countries built those countries. And these other former settler colonies like Australia or the US or Canada, they're the only exception. They were not built by the natives of the land. They were built by the white Europeans. I'm not going to lie. They are regurgitating these BS ideas that, oh, America was built by immigrants, as if an immigrant from Norway or Britain or Ireland is the same as an immigrant from Ghana or Somalia or Syria. Check this out. I have some more videos of these traitors. Look at this. Ilhan Omar's congressional district. And she's saying she is assimilated. This is assimilation. Oh God, I want to unleash the full might of the US military, and let's see what their allies, let's see what their Allah does then. This is why I am more pro-Israel. Just to piss these people off. Even if I didn't have any care for Israel itself, I would support Israel because I know the character of these people. This is why I hate the woke right, who in the Israeli derangement syndrome just hate Israel. And they get in bed with these people. Look at him. The jihadis, they want to behead you. Look at this.
It is very important in Hungary, Somali,
it is very, whether you like her or you don't like her. See, these people vote along tribal lines. They're loyal to their tribes. They're loyal to their ethnicity. Imagine a white person in America, a white American said, I will always vote for a fellow white man. Imagine that. Imagine he said that. The same Democrats they'll burn half the country. But here, this guy's openly saying that whether you like her or you don't like her, just vote for her. She has to be in the government of the US because she's a Somali. And we have seen the same behavior in the UK. It's not a new phenomenon. We've seen that in the UK. Pakistan is just voting for other Pakistanis. They don't even care. They don't even understand what their policies are. Some don't even speak English. Nobody cares. They are voting along ethnic and tribal lines. These are all fellow Somalis. I assimilated. Ha ha ha. Let's see her. Let's see more proof of her assimilation.
laakiin hadda gabar Soomaaliyeedaan ahay aniga Soomaaliyaan ku dhashay Somali citizenship ugama baahni birthright-keygii waaye dhiigayga ay ku jirtaa waana dad aan ku diin ahay waa dadaan
Oh, they're the people I share my culture with. We agree with you. That's true. You don't share your culture with America. Unless you're saying American and Somali culture is the same. Right. They're the people she has compassion for. No wonder she facilitated billions of dollars worth of fraud for Somali people in Minnesota. No wonder. Read between the lines, guys.
marka aan dhagta u dhigayo ama aan raadinayo wixii Soomaaliya ka socdo iyo waxay ku hagaagi lahaayeen iyo sidii aan ku taakulayn lahaa.
She wants to fix Somalia at your expense. Go to Somalia then.
iyo oo taas waxa iga keenaysa Soomaali jecel aan u qabo iyo Soomaaliya jecel aan u qabo.
Look, I have often said that I have no interest in Pakistan, but I can tell you Pakistan is a much better country than Somalia. If I was a Somali, I think I might have nuked my own country then.
waxaan rajaynayaa hadda meel fog inaan isla gaarno inta aniga xilka aan ku
Oh.
fadhiyo waxyaalo badan aan isla qabanno waan ogahay aniga mas-uul weyn inuu iga saaran yahay wadankii aan ku dhashay oo aan ka imid
Why? Isn't that a massive conflict of interest? She's saying, as long as I'm in Congress, I will help the country I'm from. What? This is a massive conflict of interest. That's assimilation for you guys. That is assimilation. Who can forget this infamous clip?
Your newest colleague coming from New York, Chevier, she has called to have people put their dirty hands on the American flag. Will you condemn it? Why do you Democrats hate America?
She's
You
not a
guys
Democrat.
can't condemn your
She's not a Democrat. She's a Somali. She's pretending to be a Democrat because the Democrats or the left, they're the stupidest people. They're the easiest ones to fall for. That's why Mamdani and Mehdi Hassan and all of these guys are pretending to be lefties. They're not lefties. They're Islamists. They're jihadis.
colleague calling on people to put their dirty hands on the American flag?
Well done. We need to tinker with our constitutional freedoms as well. If you disrespect the American flag, oops, that's a deportable offense. Have a look at this one. She just called the president of Somalia our president.
caawa aan fursad u helay madaxweynaheena
Our
madaxweynaha
president.
Soomaaliya madax
She is a traitor. She needs to be deported. I don't know. Like I actually get frustrated because I've been hearing for a very long time that she married her brother and she's involved in the latest Somali fraud worth billions of dollars in Minnesota. Where's the FBI? Where's the FBI? Are we that useless? Or maybe she's innocent then? I don't know.